Hello?
Wow.
Hold on, can you... And welcome to another episode of Dead to Us. We're working on it. As you guys know, we're doing Dead to Us on the road. Shire is in New York City. She just landed. Babe, how was the flight?
It was good. It was really good. It was very quiet. There were no screaming babies, and it was good. It felt really long, though.
Oh, really? Well, you guys got delayed, though, right?
We got delayed an hour. And then also with the 2-hour time change, I realized I lost 6 hours of my day today getting here, which is crazy to think about because I'm just not really that far away.
That's true.
But you dropped me off in the morning and it is nighttime and I'm like getting ready to go to dinner.
Yeah, but the good part is when you come back, you'll make up all that time.
That's true.
Wait, what time do you fly back if you land at 11:30 here?
I don't know.
Okay, we'll deal with that later. So your flight was good? You didn't have anybody weird sitting by you or anything?
No. I sat next to one of my Colorado Springs coworkers who was great. And some lady that was wearing headphones the whole time. I was in the middle.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
How did that fit? It was good?
Yeah, it was good. We had a nice 3-hour long bitch fest.
Oh, yeah?
Then we landed, and everything is great now.
That's great. What did they give you snacks on the plane?
Well, they did have snacks on the plane, but I didn't take any of them because I brought my own snacks. Do you know what I got?
No, what did you bring?
What do you think I got?
Probably fruit snacks, a candy bar.
No.
And a banana.
Really?
No.
That's your choices?
No.
It's me. It's not you.
If you bought them in this airport, then I know you probably got gummy bears and
That's all I got. Gummy bears and water. That's it.
That's the diet of champions.
It is.
So you guys flew out. It was a good flight. You didn't sleep at all?
No. We literally talked the entire time.
No.
And then there was really bad turbulence flying in. It's kind of rainy here.
Oh, no.
And yeah, now we're here. Our hotel is really nice.
Where are you staying at?
And smells really good. We're staying at the Nomo Soho.
Ooh.
I know.
So you're going out there just for work? Can you explain what you're going out there for?
I am here for educator training. So I'm one of the educators for our company, and we're here to learn how to teach.
All right. So it's all work, a little play, or both? Work and play?
I think it's going to be mostly work.
All right. Well.
And then dinner at night. But I'm so happy. I thought we were all sharing a room, and we're not. We're all in our own hotel rooms, and it's just so nice. They're so tiny in true New York fashion, but I'm by myself.
You should have brought all your sex toys.
I should have, but I didn't because I thought I was sharing rooms.
Well, first of
all,
it
wasn't until we were at breakfast.
If you would have had to check a bag, and first of all, they would have probably thought you were taking weapons. On the plane, you could really hurt some people.
I wouldn't have brought all of them.
Well, yeah, because you would have had to rent your own plane. But
oh my God.
I'll try to not let Teddy nibble on him while you're gone. He was under the bed. I don't know what he was doing, but
what? That's not where they are.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't even want to know where they are. I assume they're in the garage, and that's why no one can park in there because you have so many. But anyway. What's for dinner tonight?
We are going to Ethiopian.
Ugh. You could have anything in the world.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's in the world.
I know, but that's your choice. You get to New York City. You don't want pizza or like anything good?
Okay, two things here.
Okay.
I am not alone.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not in charge of where we go. And the second thing is that Ethiopian is actually really good. I think you would love it.
Yeah, I think I've had
It's
it.
just meat.
You know what? I don't know. I would probably like it. I just grew up thinking I have to finish my meal because there's kids in Ethiopia that don't even have any food.
Yeah, well.
Is that still true?
That's probably true, too.
Okay. So what are you doing? Getting ready to go out?
Yes.
How long do I have you here? Is this just a short segment?
This is a short segment.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I have you. Let's get into the show, and we'll start where we always start, with Shire Learns Sports.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I wasn't on my cue. Shire Learns Sports. And I figure since you're in New York City, no better time than to ask you New York sports trivia quiz.
How about it?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Question number 1. Who is the New York Knicks all-time leading scorer?
Well, why do you have to start with something that you know I'm not going to get right?
I'm sorry, let me redo these questions. Who has scored a point for the New York Knicks in life?
In life?
Yeah, do you know a New York Knick is the question.
Who's that one guy with the braids?
With the braids? I don't know. So just guess the first basketball player that
He's got like blonde braids.
Blonde braids?
Yeah.
A black?
I mean, he's not. Yeah.
A black
Well,
dude?
I guess they're kind of yellow, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean Dwight Howard for the Lakers?
Oh. No.
Purple braids.
Horace Grant.
Horace Grant. I don't know if Horace Grant ever played for the Knicks, but no. And the correct answer is Patrick Ewing. Have you ever heard of Patrick Ewing?
Never in my life.
Unfortunately, Patrick Ewing is the first time I've ever heard racism in my life. I think I was 5 years old, and my grandfather, Tobler, of course, on the Tobler side, was calling him inappropriate names when he was playing in the national championship, and he was so glad that he lost, even though he lost to a bunch of other black guys from Villanova. You would have never got that.
From where?
Villanova. These questions are too hard for you, I can already tell. Let me bring it down to where do the New York Knicks play?
Madison Square Garden.
Boom.
Shire's on fire.
You know, it's funny. I can't see you pressing the button since I'm not in the studio, so that really did sound like you were saying it.
Oh, really? I thought you were going to say it's even more annoying when you're not there. Can you name 2 famous Yankee players?
Ooh. Those Yankees.
One's very famous, like the most famous baseball player ever.
You know, when you say things like that, I used to believe you, but I don't anymore because I feel like you say that all the time, and I still don't know them.
This guy's the most famous. They named a candy bar after him.
Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter is correct, but no. I mean, he's famous. He was number 2. We'll take that. But
didn't he marry like J-Lo or something?
We're gonna hold on. That's A-Rod, and he is. But we're gonna play a game with in a second with Derek Jeter. But can you name the famous Yankee that they named a candy bar after? Very famous. The most, I think, the
Babe
most.
Ruth?
Boom! Look at you.
Oh, I didn't. I thought he was a Red Sox.
He was a Red Sox, then he got traded.
See, I only know him from his former years.
Okay. But since you did answer Derek Jeter right, we are going to ask you this question. Derek Jeter is a Hall of Famer. He just recently got into the Hall of Fame. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, that was last week. Now, his most impressive is all the chicks he's had sex with. So I would like you to pick who is the most impressive girl that Derek Jeter has had sex with. Hannah Jeter, his wife. I don't know who her real name is. But
boring.
She's not. Minka Kelly. Adriana Lima. Jessica Alba,
Oh,
Scarlett Johansson,
okay.
Vanessa Manillo, Jordan Brewster, Joy Enriquez, Laura Dutta, Mariah Carey, Bridget Hall, Rachel Yucatel. God, he did pretty good. Who would you pick out of those? Are you most impressed that Derek Jeter's wiener went into?
Well, I'm really impressed about all of them, but mostly I feel bad for any of those girls because if I knew somebody was creating a roster and I was going to be on it, I think I would not. I think I would opt out.
Well, I don't think he was creating a roster. He was just the biggest star in New York for like 15 years. He just dated, you know. Like when you were in New York, you probably dated a couple dudes, but just none of them are famous.
Well,
or maybe they are.
Jessica Alba is a pretty good one, and the one right before her. But then who's that one model that you named?
Minka Kelly, Adriana Lima is incredible.
Yeah, Adriana Lima. Yeah, she's pretty.
From Brazil. Can you talk to Derek Jeter in your Brazilian accent, please?
No.
Just give us a little Brazilian.
I'm stuck on this girl from Kiev right now. That's the only accent my brain will make.
All right.
Let me think about it.
Okay.
Next time you catch me, I'll work on it.
There are 2 NFL football teams in New York City. Who are they?
The Giants.
Yes.
And the Bills?
No, I mean the Bills are in New York, but not New York City.
Oh.
So we're going to give you a half point.
You got to give me credit for that.
I was impressed with that.
The Giants in New York City football?
Yeah. We have
you don't say.
The Giants and the
Is it somebody that I know?
Well, I don't. Obviously not, or you would have said it probably, but you should know them. They wear green. Does that help?
Oh, the Jets.
The Jets. Nailed it.
Jets.
And that rhymes with the other baseball team, which is the
Mets.
There you go. You are on fire. Hold on.
Shire's on fire.
Okay. You've done pretty good in your New York sports moments. Can you we asked you about the Knicks. You got a Yankee. You wouldn't know any Mets, would you?
100% no on that.
Our favorite player is on the Mets. He's from Cheyenne, Brandon Nimmo. Did you know that?
Never heard of him.
Okay. What activity is New York famous for on the streets?
On the street?
Yeah. Like what sport do people play on the streets and New York's famous for having the best players?
Basketball?
Boom. Nailed it.
Is that why they call it street ball?
Yeah, street balling. When you lived in New York, did you go to any sporting events?
No.
Nothing?
No, but I did go to Madison Square Garden for something. Dave Matthews concert, I think.
Oh, really? What did you think? Do you think it's the Mecca, the most amazing place in the world?
Is it supposed to be the most amazing place in the world?
It's the world's most famous arena.
Oh, well, yeah, but it's New York. That doesn't count.
All right. Are you in a tunnel in New York right now, or what's happening?
I am zipping up my coat and getting ready to get on the elevator.
Oh, so we have to wrap this up for now?
We've got to do it like you should have done in college. It's Mr. Derek Stroop says.
I never wrap it up. As you know, I hate condoms. Okay, that is Shire Learns New York Sports. The big, what is it called?
Apple.
All right. Thank you, Shire Loves Sports. We will let you go for now, and we'll check in with you later tonight or tomorrow. Okay. Have fun at dinner. Enjoy Ethiopia.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, guys. Well, she really hung up. That was Shire Learns New York Sports. She did pretty good, I got to be honest. That was she did all right. The questions I had for her were so hard. Like, these two running backs are the only players to rush over 10,000 yards while playing in the Big Apple. Who are they? I would have never guessed Tiki Barber and Curtis Martin. I mean, I need to proofread these before. But that is the start to Dead to Us. This is going to be a choppy-ass Dead to Us because we're going to have to catch her on the breaks whenever she gets a chance. So we will go from segment to segment. Hopefully she'll give us some New York City updates. Hopefully Derek Jeter does not fuck Shire when she's there, or some other famous person or regular person or any person. Comedian. What would be the worst? Would it be the worst to have an athlete I really liked or a comedian? I guess a comedian, since it's in my same field. If it which happened to one of my friends, and it ruined his relationship forever because he was trying to get back with his girlfriend, and then she's like, "Hey, I got to tell you something before we get back together. I fucked Daniel Tosh." Whoopsie. Or how you look at it. I mean, Daniel Tosh is great. I'll tell you a quick Daniel Tosh story. One time I was at the Improv, in the Hollywood Improv, and he was standing there. I don't know him at all. I'm scared to death of him because he's not really social. And this hot chick came up to him, just touched him on the arm, like softly, and she was like, "Hey, I'm a big fan." And he was just like, "Don't touch me." And he just walked off. And I would have came in my pants if that girl touched me on the shoulder, and he could give a fuck less, which I thought was awesome. But there's a lot of crazy Tosh stories out there, but I heard he's a pretty good dude. I know one of my comic friends fell on hard times, and he found out, and he took him on the road, which is getting in a private jet, staying in private villas at the Mirage, which is pretty cool. And he paid him really cool. So shout out to Daniel Tosh. I asked him when I went and saw him in Vegas. I asked him to do my backyard show, and he was like, my manager won't let me come to Vegas because I'll lose all my money. So I think he's got a little gamble in him. So I like that about Daniel. But all right, that's our first segment of Dead to Us on the road with Shire in New York City. And Brandt stuck back in the content factory, babysitting a dog, cooking microwave gluten-free pizza. But that's the first one. We'll be back with another one right after this brief sound. And we are back. We were actually just back. We were recording with Shire. You know what? I'll let her tell the story. Let me call her back. But we are back with you guys. I'm still in the content factory. She is in New York City. Let's call her. Hey, baby. We are back. I was just about to explain what happened, but unfortunately, we had just been recording about 20 minutes of New York stuff, and we were talking about Aaron Hernandez, and the board just shut off. Like, from the heavens, he was like, "Fuck this. You guys aren't going to talk shit about my Netflix special." Or I kicked the cord with my foot. It doesn't really matter for this part of the story. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, Shire, because I know you're tired from a long day of New York, but we are back. So how are you, babe? Can you just... We don't even have to go into everything. Just give us a little New York update. How's your trip going?
My trip is going great. Everything is great. It's very quick and fast, long days. And I'm almost home.
That's it. But you're learning a lot?
I'm learning so much.
And you're eating good?
I'm eating so good.
That's my favorite part of it. What's your favorite part of New York after living there? Because you probably haven't. Oh, you went back last year, but does it make you nostalgic to go back? Like, this is where I used to live?
Yeah. Well, every time I'm here, just walking around the city, just everything. I mean, like, this morning we were walking to the salon for class, and just seeing all, like, if you look down the road, even though it's a grid system, it's not perfectly straight. And where we are in Soho, it's the old brick roads with the really old sidewalks that are almost like polished on the edges. They've been so worn down just by the weather and cabs hitting them and things. So they're almost like rounded and polished just from time. And so you've got the brick roads and you've got these old sidewalks, and then you just look into the distance and there's so many colors and textures with all of the different signs and cars and lights and people and buildings and architecture, and you can't even hardly see anything in front of you except you can see everything in front of you. And I love it so much.
Shire's on fire.
Are you on mushrooms right now? What is going on? That was the most, just the colors in this. I mean, it was a beautiful description, but you are having.
That's how I feel. Like when I look at it, I'm like, I feel like I can feel the energy of the city, like in my soul, just when I look around.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I am on like acid or mushrooms or something just from being here. Maybe it's like in the water. I bet it is.
You got that New York high.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe it was the wine. Do you have good wine with dinner?
I had a Rioja. I had gluten-free lasagna.
Ooh.
Because I got to keep it GSC. And Rioja.
What's that? Is that good wine?
Red wine, yeah.
All right. And then one last day of class tomorrow, then you're out and you're coming home?
A half day tomorrow. We have to give presentations. And then, yeah, coming home.
But so you guys didn't really get to do any like fun touristy stuff, huh? It's just all business trip?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all day long. From 9:30 to like 7 every day.
I think
or
you're
7 or 8.
Damn, it is a long day. I think you're in one of the only businesses in the world that probably nobody gives a shit about Kobe. Was there any Kobe talk today at work?
A little bit, yeah. Everybody was just like, gosh, that is so sad. But we did have a really interesting conversation about death at dinner tonight.
Oh, yeah? What's the word?
Well, I think I just have a different perspective than most people do. And like even you and I were talking about this last night. Like you were like, God, I just feel so bad for him. Like him and his daughter, who he like loved the most in the whole world, died together. And I'm like, yeah, but they're like, I don't know. For me, I feel very like dry about it. Like, yeah, but once you're dead, you're dead. So like, you don't.
Yeah, but
have
well, I get that part, but I agree with you on that. But those last final moments, I don't know how true it is. Of course, it's the internet, but someone posted that when they found their bodies, like Kobe was holding his daughter, and I was just like, oh my God. I mean, I guess that's how you want to go out. I don't understand anything about helicopter crashes. Like, I'm glad it's off my bucket list. I've flown in a helicopter once, and so now I don't ever have to do it again. It was pretty cool, but that was just heartbreaking to me, just imagining a father holding his daughter. And
I don't think that that's true at all. Their helicopter burst into flames.
Yeah, but once it hit, like it hit something.
It ran into the mountain.
Yeah, so I'm sure
with the fog. So I feel like there's no way that they even knew it was coming. I think that they just like crashed into the mountain.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I hope so for that reason, that he didn't have to suffer. But it's been a hard day. I've stayed out of this internet drama in Denver. Of course, the comedians are all it's just a lot of drama over, can you make a joke, can you not? Ari Shaffir made just he hated Kobe. He's hated Kobe forever.
Why?
Because he's just not a Laker fan. But so he had a tweet that a lot of people hate, and it's getting death threats and stuff. And then I've had comedians reach out to me and like, hey, can you tell Ari like he should take that down? I'm like, that's not how Ari works. First of all, I can't tell Ari to do anything. He does whatever he wants. And I mean, I agree with a lot of I mean, like, you can post whatever jokes you want. We always fight for free speech. This isn't, just because it's someone I care about doesn't mean you can't joke about it. Now, I wouldn't joke about it, but a lot of people thought it was time, I don't know, what was bad for me is a lot of shitty comics that don't even make good jokes ever. Then they try to make a joke. I was like, you know what? I was on the fence with you anyway. But you suck. But it's been a lot of drama. But actually, last night at Thick Skin, we were waiting for someone to do it, and I was hosted with Matt Kobos, who's very funny. and he nailed. We got the Kobe joke out of the way early because I started doing crowd work. I just started talking to the guy in the front row. I was like, "Hey, what do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a pilot." And then and he said something else, and Kobo said something, well, better than being a helicopter pilot or something. And then the crowd just, whoa. But like, it still was like funny because then a couple comics came up and they just bombed with their Kobe jokes and like got booed off stage. So
yeah,
it was an interesting night. I mean, I don't know. We fight for freedom, and you can, when people make rape jokes or pedophile, like, you should never apologize for a joke. But I don't know. It's a weird dynamic of like, yeah, man, you make whatever jokes you want. I'm never going to tell you to take down a joke, but then it's like all these fucking nerds that don't like sports, they shit on him. And then everyone said he's a rapist and all this. Every girl's like, all these girls here are like, well, he's a rapist and a woman beater. He's like, he never hit his wife. He's like a great father. He's flying his daughter to do a camp and all this. And I don't know. It's all just stupid. But luckily, somehow Brandt stayed out of it because that's usually right where I like to be, is fucking talking shit on the internet. But I dodged it. So
I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. I was trying to be productive today, but it was it's still, I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's going to wear off. I think we're going to be talking about it for a while. So,
well, I think everybody is. I mean, last night we walked by Madison Square Garden and they had pictures of him projected all over the building. And then today the Empire State Building is all lit up in purple and gold.
Yeah. So, well, a bunch of people are like, why do you care this millionaire died? I was like, why does the amount of money he have determine if I can care or not? Like, he's a father of 4 daughters and a husband. And like, if he had $10, that's still, I don't understand why just because someone's worked their ass off their whole life and accomplished something, we should be mad at him for having a lot of money. It just doesn't.
Well, people just like to have opposing views.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's not my first day on the internet, but I just woke up and I was like,
oh shit, here we go again.
You know what? It's not your first day on the internet, but it is your first time using Amazon.
When? Today?
No, just like
oh no,
since Christmas.
I love Amazon. I try not to buy stuff today on there. That shit's addicting.
How many frozen pizzas have you purchased since I've been gone?
I didn't order any. I went to Teriyaki Mattis. I went to Chick-fil-A today, so I saved that pizza. Maybe I'll eat it tomorrow, so I don't know. I haven't been eating a lot. I'm on a fast. What's it called? Intermittent fasting, because I'm permanently fat.
You're on a hunger strike.
I'm fatting, yeah. I'm just fat, and you make all my meals, and I'm lost without you. Me and Teddy are just like, what do we do? So anyway, yeah, there's that. Well, one day you're coming home. I'm excited to see you tomorrow. Late night. It sucks that you're coming home late. We go to the airport at midnight, and then I have to get a rental car when we're at the airport because I have to leave the next morning to drive and do these shitty gigs in the middle of nowhere. If you live near Durango, Colorado, or Frisco, Colorado, or I doubt any of you guys live. If you live in some fucking crazy weird place in the middle of nowhere towards the Colorado-New Mexico border, good news. Brandt Tobler and his famous career will be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if by chance you live near Durango or by Frisco, Colorado, hit me up because I'd love to hang out with some regular people.
Babe, I think you're going to get a lot more famous from me being out here.
Well, why do you... Tell the story that you just told me. I love what you did. It was very sweet, but it just made me just like so embarrassed. But go ahead.
Well, what I was going to say is that I have a stack of your stickers with me, and I've been walking around sticking them on every light pole and phone box and whatever I could find throughout the city. But
which I love. That is very sweet of you. Thank you.
Tonight we were walking home from dinner, and actually, okay, sorry, sidetrack, squirrel. We're walking home from dinner, and there was this guy standing on the corner, and he was like, comedy show. And so I walked up to him, and I said, who's on the show? And he was like, oh, it's like, I don't even know the name of the place that he said. And I was like, no, I don't care about that. Who's on the show? And he starts saying all the different names, and then he was like, and maybe even you'll get to see me. And I go, oh, okay. Well, have you heard of Brandt Tobler? And he was like, no. And so I reached into my purse and I pulled out your free roll sticker. And I said, here. I gave him back his ticket. And with it, I gave him one of your stickers. And he goes, what's this? And I said, it's free roll. And he goes, who is this? And I was like, his name's Brandt Tobler. He's been on Comedy Central. He's been on Barstool Sports. You should probably know who he is.
No,
and he goes, and I go, and he goes, what's free roll? I go, that's his book. You should look him up. And as I'm walking away, the guy goes, hey, who is he? And I go, he's my boyfriend. And he goes, oh, you're a good girlfriend. And I was like, yep, see you later.
You are, babe, and I appreciate you out here working the streets for me. But I will tell you this. I know you were doing the right thing, but the only people we don't want to promote to is other comedians, because that sticker is probably in the trash right now, but I still love what you did.
I thought it's not. I thought he was like, who is this little white blonde girl coming up to me on my corner telling me that she doesn't know who I am, but I should look up this other guy and hand me a sticker.
Well, first of all, he's a nobody if he's out there handing out. Not that I'm somebody, but that's like when you're starting comedy, you have to stand out there and give out stuff to get people in. So I think it depending on how many people he gets inside determines if and when he goes up. So he's out there hustling though, but I love that you did that. It makes me laugh. So thank you. You appreciate it. All right. What else should that's it from New York? Everything's good? The city's still the same?
The city is still the same.
A lot of sirens, a lot of honking.
A lot of honking,
Wait.
A lot of rats, and it's the year of the rat.
You saw some rats?
We saw like 30.
Holy shit. That's gross.
I saw like 30 rats, and they were just like swarming trash bags. I made everybody from work walk 3 miles back to the hotel from dinner.
Get your steps in.
We had to get our steps in. And on the way...
Is your watch going crazy, your iWatch?
No, it's like, you should probably stand more often. And I'm like, yeah, well, I can't, so sorry. But Oceana's watch is like, you're working out again? Do you want me to record this?
It was heckling her?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, we saw a lot of rats, but we just had our Chinese New Year, and it is the year of the rat, and I saw about 30 of them, so I think that is good luck. And with this new year, and it being the year of the rat, you're going to see a lot more red, or you're going to notice a lot more people wearing red. And today, I just happened to bring red socks and red leggings.
Wait, why are people going to be wearing more red?
It's just like the color of the year.
Oh.
Like walking through Chinatown, there's red everywhere. I mean, there's generally red and gold everywhere, but there's like really red everywhere now.
Well, wait till this Sunday when everything will be red.
Why?
Do you have a guess why?
Oh, the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. Chiefs and 49ers are all red.
Babe, that's why. I guarantee you, we could have made our bets on the Chinese New Year, and you probably would have won.
Well, all right. We still can bet. We got squares, so I'll tell you what numbers we're rooting for soon. Okay, let's get into what we're watching. Are you ready?
I am ready.
What are we watching? What are you watching in New York? You watching anything?
I am watching The Office.
Just old reruns?
Well, yeah, because my TV doesn't work.
Your TV doesn't work?
My TV only lets me get my Netflix.
Well, that's all you need. That's probably all you need anyway, right?
I mean, yeah.
You just have to turn it on and fall asleep for like 10 minutes.
My gosh.
What happened?
Do you want to know what they have in my room available for purchase?
What?
A box of vibrators. I swear on my life.
A whole box of them?
A whole box of them. It's called a temptation box, and I'm tempted.
How much will it cost?
It's called a temptation lovers kit.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those before. I'm sure that's expensive, though, right?
Oh, it has a feather tickler in it.
Which, does anyone ever use in the history of the world?
Yeah.
If I tickled you with a feather, that would turn you on?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Me. But people have them.
Oh. I would say, I don't want to be tickled with a feather. It's like, get off. That's weird.
Yeah, so I'm watching The Office. Sorry.
Which is always good. And this week, well, we haven't got to watch any of our shows because we're separated, so no 90 Day Fiancé.
Mm-hmm.
But we did. We watched the Aaron Hernandez documentary on Netflix, which I thought was great. What did you think?
I was disappointed in his murder skills.
Yeah, he did leave a lot of loose ends. I think he thought he was invincible, but he. If you haven't watched it, it was good. I thought it was good. There's a weird they drag in this sexuality thing, which I just don't see. I just can't imagine him being gay by just the way he talked about. But I mean, I don't know. That was the thing. If you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. I think that dad and his son were full of shit. And then I saw on Twitter that kid wasn't even his quarterback. That's the crazy thing. You can research. He had a different quarterback in high school, so I just don't know how much of it's believable. But
here's my question: why, as a company creating a documentary that you know is going to kind of blow up, that's going on Netflix, how would you not, or why would you not, or how could you not look into having reliable sources? Clearly this guy is a reliable source, because Netflix isn't going to be like, anybody who may or may not have known this guy, step on up.
Well, I think he knew him, but the stories, I don't really believe the stories. I don't think.
But don't you think that they're fact checking a little bit?
I mean, a little bit, but you can't fact check if someone jerked you off in 7th grade. It's just word of mouth. And that was good for the story, It helped push the storyline. So I think you fact check. Here's how it goes. If you have a story, you fact check hard against the stuff that goes against your story, but shit that goes along with the narrative and helps the story, you don't fact check that hard because you want to keep the story moving. But I tell you what, there's one gangster dude on there, and you guys know what I'm talking about, those that watched it. The craziest shit is when he shoots a dude. Hernandez shoots his dude in the face, and he thinks it kills him, and then the next day the dude calls him up, and Aaron Hernandez answers the phone. He's like, hello? He's like, who's this? And he's like, you know who it is. And then I thought that was so gangster that that would be the scariest, when you think you kill someone and then their name pops up on the caller ID, like, oh shit, we got problems. So we watched that. Yeah. That was our gangster side. And then my boy Aaron Martins, shout out to Aaron Martins, he gave me the recommendation to watch Cheer on Netflix, which at first I thought was Cheers, which is my favorite childhood show. But then he's like, no, it's a cheerleader show. And it's good, he said. He goes, I started watching, then I binged watched it. And then we did the exact same thing. And now I'm just like Aaron telling other dudes, hey, you should watch Cheer. And they're like, what? I go, yeah, I mean, it's just it's weird, but it's really good. I recommend it. I enjoyed it. Did you like it?
I really liked it. I thought it was good. I thought that they dragged it on a little bit too long.
Yeah, I think it's...
But overall, I thought it was great.
Yeah, it's 7 episodes, I think, and it could have easily been 5. But as a cheerleader, it brought you back to memories of... I mean, the main competition's right down there in Florida, where you grew up, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, kind of. It's in Daytona. But yeah, I definitely did.
Well, I know Aaron said to me, and for all my Wyoming friends listening, there's just a bonus of one of the stars of the whole show is this girl from Wyoming, which I did not see coming, would be the best cheerleader, one of the best cheerleaders at the best school in the country. So that was a cool thing, because she's very sweet. And if you're watching any TV now, they're stars. They were on Ellen this week, and they got that Hollywood heat. I don't know if they'll do another season or what, but...
Well, I don't think they can, because they can only do it while they're at the school, and most of them left.
Yeah, but they can just recast more people, I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Anything that's successful like that, I'd be shocked if they're not trying to jam another season in. It's like anything.
Right.
It'll be shitty probably, but it's all these guys, it's like you work 10 years on your special for comedy, and then you nail it, and then you have some heat. You're like, shit, I gotta do another one while I have this heat, and then you just rush your second one in like a year. It's people are always like, it's never as good as the first one. It's like, yeah, because the first one I spent 10 years working on that shit. This one I spent 10 months. But it's a money grab. Right. I got to get that money. So yeah, but I recommend it. Cheers, good. Aaron Hernandez stock's good. The Office is always good. I haven't been watching anything really. I've just been doing shows, so, and all Kobe stuff. So we'll have to watch 90 Day Fiance when you get back, and 60 Days Ends heating up all our shows. So
we've got some catching up to do.
We do. So that's the update on what we've been watching.
What
do you have next for us, babe?
Hey, babe, can we talk about something?
You know it.
You know it. Something that we did.
Shit. Here we go again.
All right.
I can feel your eye roll all the way from New York City. But go ahead. Sorry, babe.
Something that we did in one of our classes as an introduction was we had to say our name and what product we thought we were and who our first childhood crush was. And I was like, oh my God, taking it back. Who was yours?
What's funny is you never listen to the podcast. But one of my questions yesterday that on the Q&A was Tone asked me who my comedy crush was. So we talked about like
who's your comedy crush?
Well, I said both boys and girls, but I mean I thought Sarah Silverman was great. There was this girl Sarah Tiana that I thought was really funny and cute, and then like Morgan Murphy, but none of them. They're all like very successful and would never talk to me. But then I did say like when I dated comedians, that's just the worst. But anyway, my real childhood crush was this girl named Jackie Lucero. Was the first girl I remember having a crush on. And she's ironically Greg, who's one of my best friends now, Patreon number 2. Shout out to Greg, who also doesn't listen to this podcast anymore because he's listening to NPR because he sucks. But yeah, Jackie Lucero, she lived like 3 blocks away, and I would ride my bike to her house all the time. And I just... she was just so pretty. And then there was another girl named Christy Stevens that I had a crush on. But then, but Jackie Lucero is the one I've talked about on here before when I got to 9th grade and everybody had kissed a girl before except for me. And they're like, you ever kissed a girl? I was like, oh yeah, I kissed Jackie Lucero. And then they went and asked her and she's like, no, which wasn't her fault. Like she was right. She didn't kiss me, but it was very embarrassing for me in the lunchroom, like a loser.
Who was your celebrity crush as a kid?
Oh,
who was your first?
Oh, celebrity crush? I don't know, man. I didn't really care. I mean, I was a late bloomer into girls. I just played basketball all day, every day. But the first like movie star crush I think I had was, I had a crush on Pamela Anderson and Jenny McCarthy when they were super hot and like they were in a Playboy. It was like a big deal. I had it hidden in my room. But and like the first
that does not surprise me at all.
First movie star, well, because my grandparents lived across the alley from me, and then he got Playboy just for the articles, is what he told me. And then I was like, then I got older, and I was like, that's so dumb. No one gets Playboy for the articles. And then I realized like I would get Playboy just for the articles. Have you ever read a Playboy?
What were they writing? No. Who reads the Playboy? Lewis?
No, you actually, because I mean, who jerks off to a magazine when you have porn? Even back then, I'm sure my grandpa had like VHS cassettes or something. But in all honesty, Playboy, I would read Playboy every day because they do a 20-question thing that's a lot like my 31, where they do a 20 questions. It's always different, but that's great. And then they do good interviews. Then they do like a mailbag. I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, especially now, if we had a subscription to Playboy, as maybe this is why my testosterone's so low, but I could imagine getting a Playboy, just reading it, all the good articles, and never even like opening the centerfold. But as a kid, it was a big deal.
You would totally open the centerfold.
I really wouldn't, because I have porn right on my phone where they're like fucking and I could get whatever I want.
Well, yeah, but if you have the magazine coming to your house, why would you? If it's sitting in your hand, why wouldn't you just open it to the centerfold to see it?
I mean, I guess I would glance over it, but it just wouldn't do anything. I'm like we've talked about like last week. I'm a sound guy, so unless the the paper's making noise or something, it does not. We're too spoiled. It's like you're like YouPorn's like a Ferrari and a Playboy's like a bike, and you're like, why would you wouldn't ride a bike? It's like, no, I'll just go in my room and there's a Ferrari. So honestly, Playboy is a great read, but as a kid, so then my grandparents had a fridge in the garage, so then they'd be on the couch, and then if they wanted a Diet Coke, they'd tell me to go get it, and then I'd run out and then grab a Diet Coke and peek at a Playboy a bunch of times. So as a kid, I loved to see the centerfolder just like a boob. But yeah, but my first...
So Playboy was your first crush?
Well, yeah, but the first like movie crush I ever had was Drew Barrymore in The Wedding Singer. I thought she was like the best.
Oh, interesting.
So probably her, or I don't know, like I never, maybe like Diane on Cheers, or I'm trying to think what I watched. Probably Kelly Kapowski.
Everybody loved her.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just a horny kid. I mean, were different. Like I was a late bloomer. I guess I was still like, I knew I liked chicks. I just was too pussy to make a move. But so I probably thought everybody was hot. You know, in 10th, 11th, 12th grade, I mean, I would have fucked anybody. I just wanted to kiss a girl or stuff. So I don't think I really developed like a palate for like, I didn't realize I liked blondes and like tits until I was probably like 20.
Until Pamela Anderson did it for you?
Well, actually, I guess Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson was my first big crush. I just thought she was so hot. I still do. I mean, I'm always be a fan of Pamela. That was the first like porn I think I watched. Well, I watched Debbie Does Dallas when I was like in 6th grade, but it was with a bunch of kids. I was nervous. Casey Doherty took me there. It was Casey Doherty's basement. But yeah, I don't know. So it was Pamela Anderson for me was the hottest. What about you?
Mine was Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh, JTT.
JTT. I had his poster hanging on the back of my bedroom door.
Look at that. That's another thing we have in common. Both our crushes started on Home Improvement.
Really?
Did you know Pamela Anderson got like her big break on Penn? Well, she was like, someone saw her like in the stands at a game. And, what are you doing?
Me?
What is that noise? It's like wind blowing.
Nothing. I'm just laying on the bed.
Oh, it sounds like you're wrestling your phone or something. Did you buy that vibrator? What is going on?
No, babe. I'm just laying here.
No, Pamela Anderson was on Home Improvement. Like I think that was her first like big break. From what I remember, someone saw her like in the stands at a Toronto Blue Jays game. You know what sport that is?
Baseball.
And then they like found her. Yeah, you nailed it. And then they put on Home Improvement with JTT.
Well,
so you had the JTT poster on your wall? That's a good question. What posters did you have on the wall as a kid? I should put that on the 31, huh?
I had JTT and Hanson. And are you laughing at me?
I know that sounds awesome.
Uh-huh. Those were my crushes. But then I went through this like really interesting artistic thing where I cut out a bunch of like cool pictures and magazines that I liked, and I like put them like I like hung them in a collage by color on the wall, so that like went from like yellow in one corner like through all the colors of the rainbow up to like blue in the other corner.
Wow. How long did that take you?
I don't know. I just kind of did it over time.
The girls my age, and of course I'm 10, 11 years older than you. I don't know if you guys did this, but they would like, if they bought something at like the Guest store or like the Hard Rock Cafe, then they would put the bags up on their wall. Was that a thing?
I didn't do the bags. I kept the tags though. I kept the tags and I hung those.
You were popping tags?
Yeah, but not like how people like to leave the tags on things. That's weird.
Yeah, that's when you're broke because you might have to take it back. That's what I always tell people. All right. Well, that was a good. I think that's a good. I'm going to add that to the 31 questions. What posters were up on your wall as a kid? I think you'll get some good answers.
I like it.
Good job.
It's very. It really. I feel like it really says a lot about a person.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it says about your childhood, but a lot of people probably have different stuff on their wall than they would as an adult. 'Cause I don't know, what does that mean that you like Hanson and JTT and rainbows?
Well, I think
guess,
like
you know what?
I think that I was like, what?
It does all make sense because when I think of Hanson and JTT, I think of incredible hair, and then you're into the hair world. So maybe there is a correlation.
And when you think of like collage, artistic rainbow color collages.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
Like
and mine was just
and yours is all sports.
All sports. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I ever put a girl up on my wall.
Your parents for sure thought you were going to be gay.
No, maybe my brother, but not me. I don't know. Back then, no one thought about gay at all. It's unfortunate. I'm 42 back then.
You are?
Yeah, go ahead. Hit your sound effect. I don't think parents honestly even thought about it. Like I said, I had a gay friend in high school. He was the first one of us all to get laid. He had sex before all of us, and then but we never thought anyone was gay. Like, I'm old, so I can't imagine my parents. I don't know, but even back then, nobody was even fucking really, except for the bad kids.
The bad kids. Oh, I will never forget one of the girls that I was in school with. She was like new to our school, and then we found out that she like went and hooked up with like one of the high school guys, and this was in like 7th grade, and they like went to like second base, and she was the talk of the school. Let me tell you.
I bet. You know what happened? Well, you know what's crazy is talking about this gay thing is that this girl did come to our school, and she just like turned the whole soccer team gay in hindsight. So we had lesbians, but we didn't really have gay dudes. We're like, and because when you're a sophomore, then the sophomore girls date the seniors, and then when we got to be like seniors, we're like, oh, we got to date the sophomores. But this girl had came in and just scooped everybody up. We were like, this bitch stole all our pussy. You should have seen it thick skin last night. We had some wild lesbians in the front row, and then it was wild. They were up on stage like it was crazy.
Wow.
There's no Me Too movement. This lesbian just started hugging the other lesbians, and no one even cared. I was like, we had to like say, hey, you gotta stop this. We're doing a show here. But anyway, so yeah, that was what we were watching. And
no, that's Hey Babe, can we talk about something?
Oh yeah, that was Hey Babe, can we talk about something?
Good show.
We talked about a lot there. I like that. You brought some good stuff to the table. What else you got for us? Anything else? Do you need to go to bed? Or are you tired?
I'm actually not tired. I feel like we ordered 3 desserts at dinner tonight, and I had wine, which I haven't been drinking all year so far. Mm-hmm. So I think I might have a really bad sugar high going on right now, but I'm like so zingy. I can't stop moving.
You're like when Teddy gets the zoomies and just runs around.
I know. I'm like doing yoga.
What was the desserts? Just let me know the shit I know I can't have, but just let us live.
No, actually, so tonight we went to dinner at this gluten-free, 100% gluten-free Italian restaurant called Senza Gluten. It's a completely gluten-free restaurant. I got lasagna, but for dessert, we got a molten chocolate cake. We got shortbread cookies with pistachio ice cream and hot fudge. Ooh. And we got tiramisu.
It all sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I had 2 Oreo cookies.
You did?
Yeah, the gluten-free ones. They're good, though.
I told everybody about our ritual when we have mochi every night.
Mochi, mochi, ding dong.
Mochi, ding dong.
I know we're out of mochi. I got to get some. If you guys aren't fucking with mochi at your house, let me tell you this. You are missing out. I don't think
Imagine Pamela Anderson lived in your freezer.
Yeah. I don't think I knew about mochi until I met you. I don't think I've ever had it before. Maybe one random time, but now. It's
so perfect because it's only like 150 calories, and it's the perfect little ball. It's like a donut hole of ice cream.
Yeah.
And you just eat it, and then It's perfect.
Yeah, it's good for your like sweet tooth after like a meal. If you haven't had it, they're just like in the ice cream section, but I recommend strawberry. Start with strawberry, but they do have like chocolate chip and orange sherbet, but man, they're so good. They're the perfect little after dinner dessert if you don't want to have a big dessert.
Yeah.
I got ice cream the other night, just clobbered this ice cream. I think the guy...
Me too. What kind did you get?
Well, the guy thought I think I was stealing from 7-Eleven because it was like 1 in the morning. I was walking home, but I was in front of the Ben & Jerry's trying to figure out which Ben & Jerry's were gluten-free. So I was just on my phone, and the guy was just pacing around the store. But I got 2. I got Cherry Garcia, which I knew was gluten-free, but then I couldn't find this new flavor, this cold brew caramel latte.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
So it was really good. I have the Cherry Garcia. Actually, I'll probably eat it when I get home from the show tonight. But
you did find the latte one?
Yeah, which is weird because I don't drink coffee, but I love coffee ice cream.
Yeah,
my favorite is like
good.
Heath coffee, Ben & Jerry's. So I think it was gluten free. I don't know. I felt pretty good. So I just love dessert, man. It's the best.
I know. Same. Last night after dinner, I had a bag of gummy bears.
You love gummy bears.
I love gummy bears.
Do you care if it's gummy bears, gummy worms? Does it matter as long as it's gummy or what?
Well, I don't really care. I like the Albanese gummy bears the best because I like the texture of them the best. But here's my theory with gummy bears.
Okay.
I think Haribo gummy bears are fine, whatever. Actually, I don't love the texture of them, but I can do it. It's fine. It's a gummy bear. So, like, I like it. It's not my favorite. But I think Haribo has, like, a patent on their recipe. And I think that their gummy bears are exclusive to them. And then I think, like, the Albanese ones and the, like, King Supers in their, like, deli section, they've got all the different trail mixes and everything. They have gummy bears in a little box. Those gummy bears, these Albanese gummy bears, and you know when you go to, like, TJ Maxx and they have gummy bears there and they say world's best gummy bears, whatever, I don't even know what brand it is. I am pretty sure all of these gummy bears are made with the exact same recipe in the exact same factory because all of these gummy bears are the same shape and they're all the same flavors and they're all the same colors and they're all the same texture. They're literally identical.
Yeah, probably.
And
Shark Tank.
Furthermore,
okay, present your case to the judge here. Let me decide.
I don't know if you know this, but I have a gummy bear mold at home.
No.
So that we can actually make gummy bears for ourselves because I'm not obsessed with them.
How do you make them? What do you put in them?
Well, you can make them in a lot of different ways. But essentially it's just juice and gelatin. So you can get like Jell-O. You can get like whatever your favorite flavor Jell-O is. And then you can add like 5 more packets of plain gelatin to the box of Jell-O. Heat it up, pour it into a container, cool it down. When it cools down, it creates all of these like little bubbles on top. And so you want to pull it out of the container, slice that part of it off, remelt it down, and then pour it into the mold, and you have perfect gummy bears. They don't last very long, but
why? Because you eat them all?
No, like they go bad. They don't have the same like preservatives in them.
You know what? That seems like a lot of work when we could just go to the convenience store and get them.
Well, yeah, but
are they better homemade?
No, they're not. Which is why you've never seen me make them.
Yeah.
But I also went through a phase where I was like, I'm so obsessed with these things. I need to know everything about them and I need to make them for myself. And maybe I could make them healthier using like healthy fruit juice or something. And then I was like, well, that's dumb.
You know what I saw? Go ahead.
Well, I just was going to say the gummy bear mold, like to make the gummy bears is patented. So you actually have to buy, like, you can't just go to the store and buy a gummy bear mold. You have to buy it from, like, Gummy Bear.
Yeah. Shark Tank, baby.
Which is interesting.
Well, that made me think about what I saw on Facebook garage sale. My favorite part of Facebook now is someone was like and I don't know how they're getting away with this because I think it's probably against like copyrights or whatever, but they put Skittles like in the freezer and then they like explode a little, not like explode, they just get like puffy like a muffin top thing, you know? So then it was like the shell was still on each side, but then there was like the white stuff popped out, and they were called something Frittles or something. I think frozen Skittles. That makes sense. But people were selling them, and I guess they're good, so we might have to try it. I don't know. Have you ever heard anything like that?
No, but what's so special about them? They're just frozen Skittles.
Yeah, but I guess they're good. I mean, I love Skittles anyway, but maybe they're good that way. I don't know. So I guess it's not life changing. So that is how you make Frittles and gummy bears.
How you make Frittles and gummy bears.
What else do we have? We have anything left? You have a Chancellor quote of the week?
I don't have a Chancellor quote of the week. I haven't seen Chancellor this week.
No salon stories? You just
salon stories. Just a lot of classes, really.
All right. Well, we'll have more stuff next week after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if anything like funny happened or crazy happened.
Well, maybe you'll have a big New York day tomorrow. We can wrap it up because I got to go watch Rob Schneider right now. I'm opening for Rob Schneider tomorrow. He was weird.
Right.
He was weird last time, but hopefully. I shouldn't say he's weird, but he's pretty dirty, and then his opener was filthy, and then I was the host, and then he said to me, like, hey, I think you were supposed to be clean, and I wasn't even that dirty at all. But I was like, you're middle, I love this girl, Annie Letterman, who's great, but she's very dirty. I was like, you're worried about my one dick joke after Annie, like, says everything in the world, but so we'll see how he is tomorrow, but I'll have a story for you guys. I might record a podcast on the road because I have nothing to do in these shitty little towns, so I'll give you guys.
You're gonna roadcast?
I might roadcast by myself though. I don't know what else to do. I'm in the middle of nowhere for these days, so maybe I'll find someone cool in a town I can put on, but I might just roadcast from the hotel room. We'll see. So who knows? But all right, we'll wrap it up, babe. I know you probably want to get to bed anyway. You got a big day tomorrow. You got to be up early?
No, not too early. Like 8.
Yeah, that's not too bad. All right. Anything else we want to tell them? Shout out to the Patreons. Shout out to all the Patreons. They sent in questions. I got some good questions. People really loved the episode I did yesterday with the questions, so we're going to do that again. So join the Patreon. You can send in questions. Shout out to Patreon Brian Pedersen. Today was his birthday. Him and his wife, Sarah, both they're married and they have the same birthday. How cool is that?
That is so... I didn't know that. That's so funny and cool, and I love it.
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
Shout out to Brian and Sarah. They've always been so supportive, and I love their kids. His son's baseball card is hanging right up here in the Content Factory. He autographed 2 Brock Pedersen cards for me, so I'm put those in a frame and hang them up. So happy birthday, Brian and Sarah. Hope you guys have a great birthday. We will see you guys in Cheyenne soon. Everybody else, thank you to all the Patreons. Thank you, Leroy Espinoza, our newest Patreon, with your broken left-handed jumper and all your shitty Patriots gear. You know I love you. And those Mark Wahlberg abs. He told me he's got a 4-pack of Mark Wahlberg abs, and I can't wait to see him in Fort Collins. We'll see if he's full of shit or what. So anyway, that's my end of the show. Shout outs, and shout out to all you guys. Keep telling people. We'll keep doing them. There'll be also probably another Craigslist Chaos this week because we're getting some regulars. I know you don't listen, babe, but I have this brother Bill guy who works for the Lord and wrote some books, and he's haunted by demons. He's crazy, but he's my good friend. He texts me now about 15 to 17 times a day. So
what?
Yeah, I don't know. He knows the truth. You want me to tell you? You know what? I'll give you a little taste of what. Let me just see. I'll just go into my text and give you the last thing. We'll leave with a little advice from Brother Bill. Brother Bill said, God gave me the ability to fully pick apart every sermon and video ever made to expose and correct it. A full-on outlet. I'm not going to read it all, but then he just wrote, here, maybe my RV I get out of be parked near you guys' town I plan to get. Test me. Ask me anything, you or the publishers. I dare you. Then all your associates. Then those who oppose me. I alone versus them all together in one place. I will dress respectfully. Be loving, yet none will prevail. So I'm trying to get him I told him I worked
I have
for
a question.
a publishing company in the beginning, and now he started crying. I love. He's a sweet guy, but he's crazy as fuck. And the other day he was eating 3 ham sandwiches with his dogs, and that is the chaos that you're missing out on. But go ahead. I'll take one question for Brother Bill. I'll speak on behalf of Brother Bill right now. Go ahead.
Does he know your status with the Lord?
No, he thinks I'm brother Kevin or brother Ken. I don't know. I think I'm in good status with the Lord. I don't know.
You're a brother?
Yeah, he calls everybody brother. He's Brother Bill, and I'm Brother Ken.
Okay.
You'll be Brother Shire. No, he said, one time he said, we get one brother, then we're going to get another brother, then we're going to get another brother, then we'll get one more brother, and then another brother and a sister. And I was like, man, that's a lot of dudes. He's crazy. Everybody listening knows. They're shaking their head at home going, Shire, you got to listen. This Brother Bill is crazy. But I'm sure Tone will cut up something good. Shout out to Tone for making dope shit. We're working on something special for you guys. And that's all. So let's wrap it up. I love you, listeners. I love you, Shire. And if you guys don't listen to this, you are dead,
Dead
to us.